Okay, everybody, we're here in sunny Tampa, but it's after dark.
It's at night.
And we're nightly at Tampa here. So I'm Bill Cephakar. I'm really happy to be with you, and I have my trusty group here with James Worley at the controls, and at the headset, John Casimiro.
At the headset? Is that what this is?
Well, you have your headset on and
True.
the mic.
Yeah, right. You know, I was thinking that if this show ever becomes controversial, that I'll probably have to go by a fake name. We're okay. So far, we're okay. But at some point, if things go down, I might have to change my name
to James Worley
to protect
James
the innocent.
Okay, well, we got a powerful show tonight, and we're ready to go. We're looking at the New Year's initiatives, the possibilities, reaching for the stars, and we made it to the second American Dreamer broadcast of the new year, show number 13, January 9th.
You're really good at keeping track of this stuff.
I have to.
I'm glad you do, because
I was a track star.
Yeah,
I used to do the half mile. Anyway, so we have a chance to delve into some New Year's observations, prognosis, and into the American Dreamer, some of the inspirational quotes that we followed online, and it worked for me. And James, this is a new studio, and he's done a miraculous job to move us from my enclosed window back room to here in
much better. Much better.
Very comfy, and we were subjected to the elements, out there initially, hot, cold, and equipment too was subject to the weather and fluctuations.
This is actually an interesting room. It's got a lot of memorabilia in here.
You just wouldn't believe.
I could just look up and start a whole conversation about something.
There was an old girlfriend that gave me that sort of a painting on that. We can look at that in another time.
That could be my inspirational quote for the night.
Yes, you can read that. I'll let you. Yeah. Okay. But when the funny thing was, I had my trusty social media guru come in and move the stuff, and then James did his magic, getting all the cables and connections and hookups to work in our first flying high with the setup. But I do want to note that when we got started yesterday morning, James, I offered James some of my big How It Worked For Me breakfast.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, it had the whole deal. Juice, 2 eggs, cheese, some melted cheese. There were 2 bagels with cream cheese, some cookies.
Lox?
Well, that was one of the spreads. The cream cheese spread was salmon, smoked salmon.
Okay.
And then strawberry was on the cinnamon bagel. And I think we had some ding-dongs.
Ding-dongs. Ding-dongs.
Yeah. Like cookies and stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, was it, James? Yeah, it got us through the day. And
he's nodding his head no.
No, yes. He said yes. With a thumbs up, John. Okay. So... and when James comes over for working on equipment and stuff, he's become a big proponent of having yogurt, John.
Oh.
With the fruit on the bottom he's had.
Okay.
Yeah, I signed him up now. He's a regular. I have to put him on the...
That's funny, because I could have sworn I seen him eat pizza when...
Well, that's the main course. This was an appetizer. Okay, so it worked for me. And sometimes appreciating... the little things go a long way. Good buddy of mine, Dr. Dave, I've known over 30 years, lives down the street, was moving along this week without a care in the world until he twisted his ankle while taking a walk with his wife. I went over to visit him the other night. He was in pain and on crutches. I tried to cheer him up with, when these things befall me, no pun intended, I brought over some of my antioxidant teas and, some honey and some power bars. But I know that when things happen like this, I have some difficulty, and so everybody with, maybe your eyes are not working, or your legs or something, or your headache or back problem. I always fall back on, no pun intended, my mantra: if it hurts, hurt it back. And I'd say it helps me over 85% of the time. Note what I say that what is that part of what we do in life, we take it for granted. And by that, everything, the good Lord provides us with all these miracles like seeing, walking, hearing. These are just some of our basic amenities. Podcasts. That's going to be one of the new ones. Like every year they add a new word to Oxford Dictionary.
Oh, I'm sure podcast has already been added.
I know, but we're going to add a new thing to the life, liberty, and the pursuit of podcasts.
There you go.
Okay. So, and these are just some of the basics, and I just am one of them that take for granted. But until something happens and you have trouble, walking, not 100%, my eyes start bothering me. When I think about in the grand scheme of things, that we are so fortunate, but please don't take it for granted. I did bring over some herbal tea for Dave with some blueberry almond bars, fixed some of the tea with honey until his real doctor came over.
Oh,
his
you
wife.
aren't his real doctor? Oh, yeah,
no,
that's his wife.
His wife,
yeah.
And he's doctor. He actually would take care of my folks when they were alive, and me, and
what a good friend.
Oh, he is, and he actually helped me, John. I became an acquaintance of yours through the Neighborhood Present Active, the television.
So it's his fault.
Yes, you can blame him.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. So
you're gonna have a word with this guy.
He's going to be on the show because he is one of my mentors, and Access Television. And the book. He introduced me to Cantor William Holman, which was my first venture into writing. So this discussion and other things that we take for granted, I want people to just pause for a moment and as you go about your daily activities. And the musical reflection that I've selected touches on just about all of our segments, and it is fitting that the music selection from Cat Stevens is called
Cats in the Cradle.
No, that was
sorry.
No. Oh God, he Cats in the Cradle.
Wait, I really did throw you off.
Well, you know who did that song? It was gosh, he's from New York, and he did a beautiful song.
Billy Joel.
No. It starts with a C.
Charlie Chaplin.
No. Anyway, we'll get back to that.
Everything's got to be a riddle, Bill.
No.
It was that terrorist guy, right?
No.
No. Be silly.
Isn't he banned from the...
No.
Now you're just messing with him.
No. You look it up while we're doing this.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He's on the no-fly list.
No.
Cat Stevens is?
Yes.
We're not talking about that right now. Harry Chapin.
Harry Chapin. Oh.
Was the one that did Cats in the Cradle.
Oh, Cat Stevens, Cats in the Cradle.
Well, we're getting out. This can become a real... No, we're not. Anyway.
Wow.
So why this takes on extra relevance is that the words of this song by Eleanor Fragian. And I found this out because when doing one of my crypto quotes, and she was the author, Morning Has Broken was not the solution to the crypto quote. But the crypto quote for that day had to do with love has no utterance. And I usually look up these authors because they are so wonderful that they've graced so much of this world. They pass through, and they might not all be famous, but I always glean something from them. So the quote for that day was, love has no utterance as the stars have no number and the sea no rest. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. And then she had another one about, when I looked it up, I found out the events of childhood do not pass, but repeat themselves like seasons of the year. And there was another one that was a little long. But what happened was, when I looked this up, that Morning Had Broken was one of her poems, John. And Cat Stevens took that and put the music to it. And as I said earlier, it's the little things to appreciate what we have, to look out at the morning or walk in the garden, watching the birds, to look at the sunlight. And as I begin the song, the quote is, "Praise for the singing, fresh from the world." This is Cat Stevens. Morning has broken. I need to lubricate my larynx.
Okay.
I just made that up.
So, Harry Chapin, I'm trying to read, but you can just tell me because you probably know. Harry Chapin wrote it and originally did it, and Cat Stevens made it popular. Is that?
No.
What?
You guys just threw in Cats in the Cradle. Has nothing to do with this show.
No, I know that. But I said
Cat. Yeah.
But
Morning Has Broken is Cat Stevens.
right. But he also did Cats
No,
in the Cradle. He covered Cats in the Cradle for.
You'll
Harry
find
Chapin.
that out. That's your assignment. It's your homework assignment.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
All right.
Oh, you're telling
There's
me.
a way to find that out.
No, I just did. I was telling him, and he's disagreeing with me
I'm
as
not.
usual.
All right. Now, this is a lot of song. I'm hoping to do it. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing from the fresh world. Sweet the rain new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness of the fresh day. Mine is the morning, mine is the sunlight, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning. God's recreation of the new day. That was Morning Had Broken by Cat Stevens, and the words of that song was from Eleanor Fargion. So, now, on to part two, John.
Part two.
You know what that was a famous song, I think it was part two, tequila or something like that. Goes back to my days, all right. All right, so we have some quotes, some thoughts, follow your dreams, the calendar stuff.
You know, this is good that we're doing this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Also, because now you can see the confused look on my face most of the time.
Well, okay, and then my confused look on my face, and John is there just calm and, serene. All right, now, I found this magazine on the shelf of one of the supermarkets that, and my impetuous buying kicked in. It called for Great Life Advice by 1,000 experts, John. And it gave insight on such things as the 4 golden rules for stress release and how to wake up happy every day, simple ways to lose weight, proven tips for boosting your income, how to pay less for everything, and success secrets from CEOs. Now, that's not bad for $14. A $14 investment. If I could take advantage of all these life-changing things, I guess I'll send you guys a postcard from Puerto Rico. So, this...
I'm confused.
Well,
I don't think Puerto Rico has recovered from the hurricane yet.
I'll get a very good deal.
Well, they use American postage. I know that.
And it is an American territory, so you don't have to worry about things like...
Yeah, they have the same post office we have.
Yes. And I'll send you that postcard from one of
The
those.
words are in Spanish.
Yeah, that's probably true. What's your point?
Por avión, by air. Okay, there were some really neat things in this, and I will specifically refer to that at another point, but it made a lot of sense. One of them, I remember, it said, having a pet reduces stress. If you have a pet, and you guys, John, you have your cats.
Right.
And it makes it, you talk to them or whatever, you take care of them, you feel wanted, they feel wanted. So those are kind of cool things and there were hundreds of ways of helpful tips on eating right and stuff, but everybody does that. But this thing really made sense. So I will share that with you at another time. But I have the words of the day.
Can I just interrupt just for a second for a very important bulletin?
Oh, yeah, break in? Okay.
Yeah, I'm completely wrong, as usual. Cat Stevens did not do Cats in the Cradle. It was Harry Chapin. Cat Stevens never did Cats in the Cradle. It's always misunderstood. I guess a lot of people think he did, but it's been always Harry Chapin.
It would make sense with a name like Cat Stevens and Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Okay.
I've been brainwashed by someone.
Not me,
Yeah.
because my brain has already been washed. Okay.
Harry
let's go.
Chapin. Harry
I
Chapin
gave
did
the-
Taxi, too.
Oh, yes, that was the one.
That was a
Glad
good
you
one.
didn't mention the stray cats.
Thank you, James. He's there. He was waiting to jump in. But I want to share something with you. Harry
Take
Chapin.
the mic away from him.
No, he's in control. I can't do that. He'll take the whole show away. Harry Chapin was a beautiful human being. He started one of the first hunger for people all over the world. Mm-hmm. And a lot of his songs and everything went out to people that really needed it. And the sad thing was the good Lord took him at an early age. He was killed on the Long Island Expressway.
Is that true?
He was crushed between 2 trucks, John.
I did not know that.
Too early.
So he was a New Yorker? Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad we did, because that Cat's in the Cradle and Silver Spoon, Little Men, look, Man in the Moon.
Right.
It's a beautiful, beautiful song. All right, so words here, John. I think you're going to get a kick out of some of these. You better. All right. Remember we did Quicksilver Messenger. My notes here are in pink, so they're not the blue. All right, welterweight. You've heard of welterweight?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that originally is English. And a boxer or wrestler of a weight class heavier than lightweight, but lighter than middleweight. You figured that out. Okay,
right.
Now listen to this. This is cute because they use it in a sentence. The referee asked the young welterweight to please stop humming Eye of the Tiger during the boxing match. I guess
You know something. If you can't get a song out of your head, I was told this by a very wise man. Uh-huh. If you can't get a song out of your head, you sing Eye of the Tiger and it wipes it right out. Try it.
I don't want that. No, I'm not saying that. John, don't confuse it.
Okay, so now...
But the reason why,
Yeah.
the referee, because the guy kept thinking he was Sylvester Stallone. It was an advantage.
I understood.
Okay, Now this one is one of my favorites because it has my name in it, John.
Okay.
Which name do you think it is? No, forget it. All right, here we go. It's called Billingsgate. Did you ever hear that?
Billingsgate, yeah.
Watergate, whatever gate.
Yeah.
And it's a word that came from out of an English landmark. Definition: coarsely abusive language.
Ooh.
You wouldn't associate that with
Billingsley.
me.
No, I wouldn't.
Billingsgate.
Billingsgate, yeah.
Used in a
These are like sniglets.
better than snicklets. Okay. Here we go. Used in a sentence. A steady stream of Billingsgate could be heard from the living room where Keith had been trying to assemble a bookshelf for the past 2 hours.
Billingsgate. All right.
I never say any bad words. All right. Onerous. Not something a little close to. You've heard of onerous?
Onerous or onerous?
Oh, God, he's so good. Onerous.
Onerous.
Onerous, onerous, onerous.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Yes, well, I'm saying onerous in
Onerous.
your behavior, in your favor. All right. Originally Latin, this word went through French before becoming English. Definition: that involves, imposes, or constitutes much oppressive or irksome work effort, difficulty, or responsibility burdensome. Let's get this in a sentence. Citing an onerous workload, Greg voted to withdraw from his high school history class, a decision he called Gregexit. I'm going to spell it, and you pronounce it Grexit. Grexit.
I have to see it.
G-R-E.
No, I have to see it. You can't spell it out for me.
It's Grexit. His name is Greg.
Oh.
And so he said he was Grexit out of England.
There's that confused look on my face.
Well, I didn't make it up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here's one. Here's a cool one. Cronyism. You know that.
Cronyism.
Yeah, the first part of the word is originally Greek, and the second part is an English combining form. Definition: partiality to familiar friends, especially as evidenced in the appointing of political hanger-ons to office without the due regard for their qualifications. And now we get the sentence. The politician rejected the notion that cronyism had led him to give the treasury post to his dear pet ferret, Mr. Whiskerface.
Mr. Whiskerface!
Insisting that Mr. Whiskerface was simply the most qualified creature for the job. Okay? That's pretty cool. All right. And now, getting away from... Now, John, I wanted to show you. I brought this over. These crypto quotes are been such a part of my life. Take a look at over here.
I'm still looking at that bottle of Lowenbrow.
I'm going to tell you
there.
about that in a minute.
And its
has a
significance.
story. But take a look. See all these crypto quotes here? See in here? See in the boxes?
Holy cow.
A lifetime of quotes from the greatest people that walked this earth. And
you should get them all scanned.
no, I don't know. We hope to grow old, yet we fear old age. We are willing to live and be afraid to die by the root. I don't, that. I'm not afraid. Remember, I wrote about that song with John Denver. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I've been, but I'm not going to end.
Would you like to hear a sniglet?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what sniglets are, right?
Yeah.
They're words that sound like they're not really words. So this is called ouch.
Ouch.
Those are my new glasses hitting the microphone. Nevits. You know what nevits are? Nevitts. The sandpaper-like deposits on a cat's tongue. See, if you had a cat, you ever get your cat?
I used to have a cat.
Yeah, a cat licks you, and it feels like sandpaper. The little because they have little suction cups on their tongue, and they're called nevits. Nevits. There you go. You heard it here first.
Okay, I'm glad we
Or
heard.
last. I'm not sure which.
No,
I've completely thrown him off his game.
Not really. I've been off my game
Okay.
since day one. Here's an anonymous. We can't, blame somebody. Most of us can forgive and forget, but we don't want the other person to forget we forgave.
I'm confused again.
Let me just. Most of us can forgive and forget, but we don't want the other person to forget we forgave. It's anonymous. What can I say? This is Thomas Jefferson.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
You picked it. Okay. And pack it. And nothing is politically right, which is morally wrong. That was Thomas Jefferson. And all right, here is no one has a greater asset for his business than a man who pride is in his work. Mary Parker. Okay.
Something else very interesting that Jefferson said.
Yeah.
Jefferson said, "We left this England place because it was bogus. So if we don't get some cool rules ourselves, pronto."
We don't get some cool what?
Cool rules ourselves,
Yes.
pronto, we'll just be bogus too. Thomas Jefferson said that.
Yes. On the banner of my, it worked for me for my work, my podcast, I have a Thomas Jefferson quote about wisdom is the first order of, in the book of Good Tidings of Things, wisdom. And I will make sure I get it right then. But early to bed and early to rise. All right, here we go. Early to rise and early to bed makes a man healthy, wealthy, and dead.
That wasn't Ben Franklin, was it?
No, it was James Thurber. Okay, but I'm gonna share with you. I found this. You're gonna have all these books,
Oh yeah.
Now,
Was I supposed to bring my game in?
Yes, you guys got to bring your game in next time, and we'll come up with fun stuff. But I have the calendars. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was one.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna go on America Online here.
Why? Don't no. All right. You remember I found out that this shoebox. Remember I told you it was like about $5 at Big Lots, but it's for inspiration spelled F-A-U-X. The French faux pas. Yeah, faux pas.
Okay.
Faux pas. All right. So it's
Faux
called
pas.
For Inspiration. So this one was a cool one. You remember the one that we liked? The other one, there was a couple. It says, "There's no I in failure." And he says, "Oh wait, never mind, there is."
I like that one.
They're really cute one. They're really cute one. And then the one about going to happy hour. Follow your dreams, especially if they're on the way to happy hour.
There you go.
All right, but this one is really cute. Now, John, why don't you read that one?
Don't count your chickens before you stop and ask yourself, do I even own any chickens?
And there are these two little chickens, little chickies. Yes.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
Do I even own
before
any
they
chickens?
hatch, if you don't have them.
It's all the delivery,
Oh, that was a pun. The delivery, chickens, delivery of the chickens before they hatch. Did I miss something?
I never understand your puns.
They're unintended.
You make puns.
They're unintended.
You make puns out of things that aren't punful.
Well, you know what? You know what 2/3 of a pun is? UP.
Right?
PU.
Oh, jeez. It's all in the delivery, Bill. It's all in delivery.
It's PU. All right. Well, this ties me into this one. Is these were Dumb and Dumbest things. This was not this year, but if you keep them, things that are dumb.
Perfect segue.
They don't get any smarter, dumber things, right?
Right.
So this says, ask a dumb question. What would happen if Hollywood turned movies into products, okay? Like Wag the dog food.
Okay.
How do we keep the prices so low? We don't actually put anything in the can. Wag the dog food. Okay. Don't laugh out loud. Okay. All right. 12 Angry Mentos. Mentos. Okay.
Yeah.
The breath mint judged most effective by a jury of your peers. 12 Angry Mentos. And the last one, Last Tango in Paris, dance school.
Oh, dance school.
Just because you're morbidly depressed doesn't mean you can't dance the night away. All right, and there's another one that's really cute here that for odd people. This is a baseball one. We follow.
Oh, yeah.
With Reggie Jackson. Baseball slugger Reggie Jackson was one of the highest paid athletes of his time, and he lived in and understood the limits of his wealth. In the building he lived in on Park Avenue, there are 10 people, he said, who could buy the Yankees. But he said none of them could hit a ball out of Yankee Stadium.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
That's right.
And the last one, clear thinking on a cloudy day. because I want to clear this up, all right?
Okay.
Looking on the bright side of bad things, writer Catherine Erd, A-I-R-D, said, if you can't be a good example, then you just have to be a horrible warning.
Yeah. Bill, you never said it better.
Did I capture that right away?
I ran into Reggie Jackson one time he was it was like spring training. Yeah. And there was, guys signing autographs. Current players were signing autographs, and I heard a couple kids mumbling saying, "Who's that old guy signing?" And I looked up and I looked at the guy and I was like, I know that because I hadn't seen him in so many years, and it was Reggie Jackson. It actually made me mad. I'm like, hey, that's not an old guy. That's Reggie Jackson. Kids are like, oh, okay.
I had
calm down there, old guy.
I had a lady friend that she was out in Oakland when he was out in Oakland. This was back in the 70s, and she knew Reggie Jackson.
I bet she did.
She was really cool.
How well did she know him?
She also knew.
What are you looking for, Bill?
She also knew the Four Tops. She was cool.
She like a groupie?
Could have been.
Could have been. What are you looking for?
When I met her, I was working at the Maryland Planning Policy Office, and she was friends with the Baltimore Orioles.
All of them.
Well, she knew Billy Ripken and Cal Ripken and stuff, and so. Yeah, what am I looking for?
Yeah.
What a dream I had.
I think
that's going to be one of my songs. It's really a beautiful love song.
The one you're doing right now.
No, this is one. This is Make It With You. Now, I hope you guys don't start, don't
start
get any.
crying.
No, don't get any ideas.
No. I understand. I
mean, even if you guys were wearing a dress and a tutu, you wouldn't be in the running. So
Well, thank goodness.
Yes.
Not that would be anything wrong with that. If that's.
I'm
just saying.
Remember this. They can see you. You guys look legitimate. Okay. And so, it's a beautiful love song. And beautiful melody, and usually melodies go well with the words, and they usually go hand in hand. And in this case, this is what I found. It's romantic. Okay.
By the band Bread, correct?
Yes. Now, we need the other guitar.
Oh, I knew he was looking for something.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, that's the.
I think James hid the other guitar just to cause a distraction. Now, is this your 12 string?
No, that's the 6 string.
Oh.
And really, it's good that.
Jimmy Page played a 12 string.
I am so thankful that I'm playing this.
And do you also know that we're celebrating Jimmy Page's 75th anniversary? Yeah, 75th birthday. I think it's today. 75th birthday.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is so wonderful. We want you to maybe do a little insert of some of their...
A little Led Zeppelin medley?
Yes. Oh, that would be so cool. All right. It's funny. I had a capo. This is called a capo. And it sort of affects the pitch and stuff. And the one that
Some people put those in their salads, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Don't
Would you like capos?
Don't choke on it
with your
Sean.
salad.
Oh, I love you guys. You bring out the best. No, maybe the medium in me.
I could be wrong, but this show could end up being a classic.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
And now that it's on YouTube, it can be a classic illustrated.
Did you get a shot of your potion?
Oh, God, yes. Thank you. This guy, you really take care of me. This is honey, hot water, a little tea. All right, and this is Make It With You by Bread and David Gates. They made some beautiful, beautiful music, 70s, 80s. We're going to fix that capo really good.
You know the... Oh, you shut my mic off. I'm trying. Well, while he's tuned up.
Here we go.
Do you know they're doing the 50th anniversary of Woodstock this year?
Want to go? We can do a show.
I think we should go, yeah.
Okay.
Get a big tour bus.
Yeah.
How about...
Wrap it.
We only could use... We only need a little tour bus, those guys. But our
30
friends...
30 feet or so.
All right. Yeah, oh, yeah. Hey, have you ever tried really reaching out for the other side? I may be climbing on rainbows, but baby, here goes. Dreams, they're for us to keep. Life is for us to keep. And if you're wondering what this all is leading to, I'd like to make it with you. I really think that we could make it, girl. Oh, yeah. No, you don't know me well. And every little thing only time will tell. But you believe the things that I do, and we'll see it through. Dreams there for those who sleep. Life is for us to keep. And if I chose the one I'd like to help me through, I want to make it with you. I really think that we could make it, girl. Life can be short or long. Love can be right or wrong. If I chose the one I'd like to help me through, I'd want to make it with you. I really think that we can make it, girl. Okay,
Nice.
thank you.
So while you were playing, I picked up some research here on
Please,
some of the concert has not been officially announced, but some of the bands rumored to be playing include Bruce Springsteen, Eminem, Coldplay, Fish, The Weeknd, Elton John, Bon Jovi, Pearl Jam, and the Foo Fighters and the Who and Santana. I'm going. That's it. That's all there is to it.
All right,
I'm
well,
going.
we're canceling that show for that week.
I will not be here.
And James not going to be too far behind. Well, why don't we do the show? Why don't we
From Woodstock.
sneak up on the stage or off hours and we'll plug in?
Okay, but you can't do a John Denver song. You got to do a song of somebody that played the original Woodstock.
Kenny Loggins.
Do you remember you remember Woodstock? Where were you and what were you doing when Woodstock was going on?
I was in. We got 5. I was in New York. Okay,
City.
John.
Wait, let's finish the story.
I was in New York,
You're in New York.
but I never made it to Woodstock.
You're in New York City.
Know what? I was in Washington D.C.
Okay.
1969.
1960. Okay.
Where were you?
I was 5.
Okay. All right, John. I want to do a couple of things for my dad, for the American Dreamer, and it's just amazing things.
Can you do it in less than 5 minutes?
It's going to be close.
Okay. 3 minutes.
All right. My dad.
Did you think maybe you want to save it for next week?
Oh yeah. Because I have
that quote. Because
I have a lot of things I'm going to say for next week.
yeah.
Well, he had something about the market, stock market, because financing. When after he retired, he dabbled in it, and he gave us some advice of. Do you remember Bernard Baruch was a great finance officer from
Right.
the 40s, and also here's a quote that's in the book on page 336 from Henny Youngman. Remember Henny was
I remember Henny Youngman. Yeah.
He had one-liners.
Yep.
He said, go take my wife.
Take my wife, please.
Well, my dad, when he said, Henry Youngman was the man who said the famous line, "Take my wife, please." I can never understand why a man would say this. I would never utter it. I would be afraid because knowing what I have, no sooner than the words came out of my mouth that someone would be there to take my precious gift. That's what he said about that. And my mother's birthday is January 16th.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah, and it'll probably be sometime within the next week, and so we'll make something fitting. And I'm going to share this with you because we'll go through it next. My dad, you can't see it here, but he had this calendar of dates that you can figure out what day in the last 2,000 years. And I'll tell you how it works. Your birthday, like he figured out my mother's birthday, as I said, was January 16th, and she was born on a Friday. But
as a kid, I had
1920.
all that stuff in my head. You
All
can
right.
test me on that next show.
Listen, hopefully we are all blessed for having family and loved ones and friends are part of our lives, and it's so fortuitous to have mentors and these people that guide us, and we cleave to these people. Make them someone you can go to. Then you don't have to be a relative, just someone you can go and share your dreams and be there for them. And if they call, so you're there for them. Remember, you can dream it, wish it, then see it, and seize it. It's Bill Sefakar. Hope you enjoyed our time together. We're ready for the next round. No, we're not going to do that to you. We'll give you a week to sort of chill, right, John?
Is there a teaser for next week? A little teaser?
Well, you're going to read that thing that's on the wall next thing about don't, be sad and when it's raining. Okay?
Yeah,
next week.
Next week.
Okay. We're off for a week of getting ready for next week. No, I don't want to do it to you guys. You relax. Have a good weekend. All the best. Love you all. We'll see you next time.